One. We've got 5 aldermen and yourself, Mayor, so 6.
So we still don't have a quorum.
No, need 2
Okay.
more.
Got it. Let's wait another couple minutes and see where we are.
Bill Farnwell, are you live?
I am Mr. Mack, Alderman Mack. How are you today?
Good. Can you do me a big favor?
I will try.
Can you grab my alderman plaque when you leave tonight?
I can do that.
I would greatly appreciate it.
I'll be happy to. While we're waiting, I'll go find it. Hold on.
Tony might have gotten those already. I'm not 100% certain.
I don't see them.
Yeah, I think Tony had already gotten those set aside for everyone.
Randy, thank you, and let her know thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Bill.
Well, I tried, Mike.
Well, you did a good job. They just weren't there, that's all.
All we can do. Right.
Randy, you want to make a roll call as to who we have here present? So we have a record of it?
Sure. So we have Mike Mack, we have Bill Farnwald, we have Alan Stevo, Jim Klinker, Tom Hawley, and yourself as council members.
All right. Thank you. Thank you to those aldermen.
Mm-hmm.
So we're missing 2, correct?
And Dexter's are 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 aldermen plus yourself. We need at least 1 more.
How are you? Oh, okay. Ben's here looking for, he may know where the signs are, where the plaques are. We might get at least one thing accomplished tonight.
That's okay.
Today was a great day, a beautiful day God has made. Let us continue to have one.
Yes.
It was gorgeous.
How are you, Alderman? Alderman Dexter Johnson, how are you, sir?
I'm great, Chief. How about you?
Good. Everything's good.
Good.
Life is good.
Hey, that's how it's supposed to be, right? One day at a time, brother.
Yes, sir.
You know, I tried to eat an elephant in one bite, but I found out one bite at a time is better.
I'll take that to the grave.
That is right.
If you all know Joe Cosman, someday ask him to give you his rebuttal argument that he gave in a criminal case with respect to the hippopotamus sandwich. It's one of the funniest articles or arguments I've ever heard. But only Joe can tell it
Yes.
accurately.
Yes.
I like Big Joe. He actually coached my oldest son in basketball. He said, Dex, I don't know what I'm doing, but could you come help me?
Well,
What's your suggestion, council?
we can wait a few more minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody has the phone numbers for anyone else to see if they're coming, or if this is
Who else is?
there might be the aldermanic flu or something similar. I don't know. I would hope it wouldn't be out of disrespect, but one never knows.
It's odd. We'll say.
You know what? Let's give it another maybe 5 minutes.
They can't be out campaigning anymore. So
Yeah, it seems like it's.
But you know, it's always a saying about karma.
oh, I know. I believe in it.
Interesting.
That's one of the, I guess, the things of life: death, taxes, and karma.
Mhm.
And can we add potholes?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can add that. We can add that. In certain areas of the country.
I really think we should have just went to beggars. I voted for this. Went to beggars for our last meeting. Hey,
Yeah. They're
Well, we got Amanda on. Yeah. So sorry, Amanda.
Hey, Alderman Johnson, I know I can't vote, but I would have voted for that. This is Eric, if you can't see me.
appreciate it, Mr.
I would have voted
Alvarez.
too.
It would have been like your tab, Eric.
I'm an aye.
Okay, that's all right. They,
All right.
Mayor, it sounds like it's unanimous, brother.
You
Let's
told me
go.
the beggars.
Now,
Oh.
are we going to the one on Kedzie or the original on Western?
We
That's
got to
your-
drop the original. We got the original. We got to be at the original.
Off the outside corner. Williams has really good movement today, like that cut fastball movement, going across the zone to the right and pitch. For the right-handed hitters, it's looking like it's a strike, and it's ending up about 3 or 4 inches off.
Okay, Dan.
Bad way of going
Here-
out.
here we go.
Williams taking a
Well,
little bit of time now and
I-
between pitches. Wait for the 1-2.
How difficult is it to get on Zoom and attend a meeting? I'd love to know.
More for the inside,
Well, let's see.
very low. Though. Ball 2, 4-2.
First ward is Dexter and Annette. Second ward is Fred and Will. Third ward, Nancy and Kevin.
Fourth ward is here entirely. We're both here.
Fourth ward, Bill Farnwell, Tom Hawley. Fifth ward, no Johnny Ringo Hill. We have Mac. Sixth ward, Candace Carr and Rayanne Zillman. Seventh ward, Jim Klinker is here and Alan Stevo is here.
Thank you to both of you. And to the fourth ward and to everyone else.
Thanks, Mayor.
So council, what do you suggest?
Well,
What do we?
if anybody has any, I mean, it's not a legally constituted quorum, but if anyone has anything they'd like to say, they certainly can. You're all here. You can't
Council,
vote, but
Hey,
you can-
maybe just give my mayor's announcements. Again, nothing's going to be voting. Just I want to give you a highlight as what's to be happening starting tomorrow. If you don't know, they're going to start renovating between Western Avenue and Gregory Street on 127th Street. That starts tomorrow. And as a reminder to everyone, they've already started, and I mentioned it at the last city council meeting, Vermont Street, the crosswalks between the railroad tracks heading east to Wood Street, which is Blue Island, and it continues all the way to Halsted. But our section is that. Again, announcements. So we have the people who are here. May 1st, I did receive an email from Val Kehoe. They're going to be planting. They're going to need volunteers to plant some trees in 3 locations in Blue Island. And then the cleanup day, Cal-Sag River Day, is cleanup is Saturday, May the 8th. And then Western Avenue streetscape container plantings will be on Sunday, May the 16th at 9 a.m. And we want to give a big thank you and an announcement to the Blue Island Library for their having Friends of the Library, the Awesome Foundation, on May the 1st at 1 p.m. Start Seeing Monarchs Planting Day. That's there by the library. So again, we want to support them. And then they have here, Friends of the Library Garden Club is seeking volunteers to come and help plant in the garden the afternoon of May the 1st. The plants have been ordered and will be delivered on April the 30th. So let's give a big shout out to them. And again, construction, 119th continues, the Western Avenue Bridge. Just as information, the Ashland Bridge as well as Western will be painted blue once construction and funding is available. It's complete. Again, we encourage everybody to shop local, shop Blue Island, think outside the loop, think big. I was happy we were going to make the big announcement today about the Lyric Theater, but I'll say it in this respect. The renovation of the Lyric Theater is continuing, as well as the Klein's building for banquet rooms and entertainment venues. Again, I was in contact with the Southwest Conference of Mayors, and I wanted to give a big shout out to them for the funding, a good part of the funding for conversion of Western Avenue from 127 South to Grove Street for Blue Island. And as we know, ComEd redid or replaced the regular street lights to LED lights this past year during COVID. And then the good part for us, a good section of Blue Island's middle section will be transforming the Blue Island city lights, our responsibility, to LEDs, starting for Wood Street or Greenwood. And that should be starting this year. So those are big pluses, as well as Veteran Services LLC. We know that they're going to take responsibility back or ownership back May or June of this year. And then we all know about the proposal for that campus, as well as the 119th and Vincennes. Again, we want to give a big shout out to Cook County for all their support, both morally, economically, specifically, for helping us for the remediation demolition of the area 119th and Vincennes, and the big and for the $4 million for Division Street, 119th to 123rd. And the streetscape, again, once funding and everything, again, pavement, curbs, sidewalks, landscaping, ornate street lighting, benches, bike racks, planters, garbage receptacles, etc. Again, once funding is fully available, that's what you're going to be seeing up and down Western Avenue from 119th and 135th Street. So a lot of things happening in Blue Island. I did receive our office received a message yesterday from Congressman Bobby Rush's office regarding some available funding for 127th. As we all know, or should know, 127th is under the jurisdiction of IDOT. As we know, they just completed renovation, was it last year, from Western to Cicero. We know we've had some issues, some accidents recently, as one even yesterday by Wall and 127th. So Congressman Bobby Rush, I put him in contact not only with our engineers, Eric Alvarez and Robinson, but also with IDOT to see if we can see if any funding is available for crosswalks, and especially like Wall Street, Greenwood Street, Highland, etc. So they're going to get back to us. So we're working on that. Let me see what else I need to mention. That's all I have right now regarding from my office. And again, that's all I have.
Mayor, I would like to just point out if any of the absent aldermen might want to try and, if they're paying attention to this meeting in some fashion, and they might want to try and jump on. There is one resolution on the agenda which required city council action this evening, and that was to approve and authorize a contract with Gotham Insurance Company in a service agreement with Sedgwick Claims Management Services for liability insurance concerning the Metro parking lots. That policy of insurance expired April 14th. We were able to obtain an extension through the end of this month. However, effective April 30th, there will be no liability insurance with respect to the Metro parking lots. I point that out because it is a condition of the operating agreements that we have that. And without this resolution, I'm uncertain whether anyone can authorize the extension of insurance with this new insurance company. There's also $409,582.61 in outstanding accounts payables, which will not be approved. I just point that out in case someone out there might be paying attention. An alderman that's not here might be paying attention and might want to jump on just to take a look at and possibly approve some or all of the payables and those items. It's only 7:17, so we could wait perhaps a few more minutes before it's determined that there is no quorum and there's no reason to continue this meeting.
Council, I think, I think we should wait. Go ahead, Alderman, go ahead.
I have a question, Councilman. So just say, for instance, something happens, a car accident, somebody slip and fall on the Metro parking lot after the 30th, the last day of this month. Who would be liable for that?
Well, we would be liable if it occurred in our lot, and we would not have the insurance to provide insurance. We'd also have to then retain counsel to or represent Metra if they were also brought into the action which you just mentioned, Alderman.
So in a sense, we're probably standing there in lieu of lawsuit.
Oh, absolutely. And in violation of the operating agreement. So, but
okay, someone else had something to say. I didn't mean to cut him off.
That was Alderman Hawley. Sorry, we talked over each other. No big deal. About 10 minutes ago, I did text Fred, Nancy, and Ray Ann and said that there was nobody from UBI at the meeting tonight and asked if they were coming, and I haven't heard from any of them.
Oh, well.
Also, on that insurance, if it expired April 14th, how come it's just coming to council now?
Well, we extended it. I have no idea, but it was brought to my attention, I believe it was 1 or 2 days prior to that. So we arranged for an extension because it was actually 1 day prior to that. It was prior, could not be put on the agenda. So we asked Messero to arrange for an extension, which they did, with the understanding that they would submit what you have in your city council packet. I don't really know why it wasn't brought to your attention prior to that time. I have no idea.
Okay, just wondering because it's, last minute, so.
Now, I really don't know why that didn't happen, Alderman. I don't know.
Okay, all right.
I had a couple of things before we have to close out. One of them has to do with a resident at the residence of 3013 West 140th Place. I guess she had the building department come out and she had a survey of her land and had a fence put up and said it was okay to build a fence. To make a long story short, they had her She had the people come out to build a fence, and our building department told her she couldn't build it there after they told her she could. Long story short, she incurred $840, and ComEd stated that she could have had the fence where it was originally stated that it could be. And she said she don't think that she should be able to eat this $840 that was already agreed upon prior to that. The second thing is that I would like, but I know we don't have a quorum, but I wanted to see what we're going to do about probably doing, making these Tahoes a surplus to try to get them back to the original owner, and start off fresh with our books for the new term.
Dexter,
And pretty much, I'm sorry, pretty much that's it.
I'm sorry, Dexter. I just wanted to acknowledge, I read that letter from your constituent, and that was just really a mess. I don't know what we can do about it or can't do about it, but boy, that was really not handled.
Yeah, and it was on us as the city.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it's just that was a bad one.
Was that with respect to the fence, Alderman?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I would think that at the very least she should not have to pay any fees to the city for whatever she didn't do.
Well, that's a matter that you could take up as a city council when you have a quorum to address it, if you care to. I saw the email, but I had no opportunity to discuss it with anyone in the building department. So that is something that probably should be looked at.
Council at 7:22. What is your suggestion, sir?
I mean, it's not my call. It's up to the remaining individuals that are here, that are members of the city council, as to whether they want to wait a few more minutes or just
Can we schedule
accept
a?
the fact that there's not going to be a quorum.
Can we schedule? Yeah.
Go ahead, Bill.
You're probably saying the same thing, but could we just schedule a quick meeting to handle these couple other items, like for whatever the notice has to be Thursday, Friday, just so at least we can clean up these couple of items, the payables and the liability question?
They can't be addressed without a quorum.
Oh, I understand.
Right, but can we do another special meeting on Friday?
Schedule a special meeting on Friday, just, a 20-minute one just to handle these pending items.
That's if three of you want to do that.
Well, the other thing is the election was actually certified today.
Yeah, that was my question, is this our last meeting as this organization, this group?
Well, that's just awesome. What the, that's ridiculous.
The statute in question speaks to the fact that, well, let me get it off. Let me get it off the shelf. I don't want to paraphrase. I'll read the statute and let you know what it says.
I don't know whether it's possible, but is there any kind of an executive action that the mayor could take to, I guess not it.
Well, we could. I'm hoping that we could still retain Olson and Sturk as legislative council. And I think we should end this meeting at 7:30 and all of us adjourn and go to Beggars on Candy for a celebration.
I like that idea.
Maybe that's where they're all at.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know what the logic of this one was.
Well, I'm sure they all have their separate excuses, but you would think that they would have made a count.
Thought so.
Tom, thanks for trying to get a hold of him.
No problem.
I would just like to note and thank the aldermen who have showed up, particularly those whose terms have expired,
I
who are
was
showing
just gonna,
their usual dedication to doing the job that has to be done. You know, it just, I like to say it's not that hard to do, but a whole bunch of us decided it was too hard to do tonight, and I don't understand why. But anyway, thank you, you know, to you folks who are, your term's expiring, and you really didn't have to show up tonight, but you did. Thank you.
and I was gonna say exactly the same thing. I was gonna, for my own, I was gonna thank the people of Blue Island for allowing me to serve them for the past 8 years, and especially like to thank Alderman Mack, Alderman Hawley, Alderman Clinker, and Alderman Stevo, who showed up even though their terms are ending, and to the 4 aldermen who were elected to continue to serve our government. I hope this doesn't reflect the values that you have to carry during your term.
And let me end on this again to all the aldermen. Alderman Clinker, Alderman Farrenwall, Alderman Stevo, Alderman Tom Hawley, Alderman Dexter Johnson. Who am I missing?
Little Mike Mack.
Oh, now
You
yeah.
always forget me, Mayor.
No, you're the last one, but the best one.
I tried.
On behalf of myself personally, it's been an honor to be sharing the position of mayor along with you. We've had our ups and downs, but we all, and I repeat, we've all had the best interest for the city of Blue Island, not only for its people, for its morals, and for its future. And from the bottom of my heart, I thank you for entrusting the city to me. I couldn't have done it alone without the staff, and specifically without you guys. So again, on behalf of myself and the residents of Blue Island, thank you for your dedication. Let's keep shopping Blue Island, thinking outside the loop. And my last statement is, ask not what, as President Kennedy used to say, his quote, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. And may God bless America, and may God bless Blue Island and all of us. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mayor.
Thank you for your 22 years of service as alderman, and then as 8 years, I think it was 22, and then 8 years as mayor.
Yes. It's you know what, given I'm 59, that's a good chunk of my life.
It is a good chunk of your life. So
Yes.
almost half, or over half.
Yeah.
Are we unplugging now?
I just got a question before you unplug, Alderman Mack. Did we have any public announcements that we could state or no?
I just gave some. Do you have some? Go ahead.
That question was to Clerk.
Well, I do have a public comment, but so the official record is going to be the meeting was who was there and who, and there's going to be no minutes for this meeting. It didn't happen. So any announcement doesn't mean anything.
Okay, well, gentlemen, just so you're aware, 65 ILCS 5/3.1-15-10 says that the chief executive officer of the city of an incorporated town, the chief executive officer shall hold office for 4 years and until a successor is elected and has qualified. So without knowing exactly when Mayor Vargas's term began,
May 11.
his term is 4 years. And then there's another statute which says that with respect to commencement of terms of office, that's 65 ILCS 5/3.1-10-15 or 15, excuse me. The terms of elected municipal officers shall commence at the first regular or special meeting of the corporate authorities after receipt of the official election results from the county clerk of the regular municipal election at which the officers were elected, except as otherwise provided by ordinance fixing the date for inauguration of newly elected officers of a municipality. So the city does not have an ordinance, so those two statutes address the subject. So with that being said, I have nothing more for the city council for this evening. Are you just going to adjourn? Then there will be no minutes of the meeting, of course. there's no official business conducted because there is a lack of a quorum. And so with that,
Kerry, we were inaugurated 4 years ago when the mayor was inaugurated, and that was my first one. I have a photograph from May 11 of that event, so that is the date.
that's 4 years. There's a slight, I won't use the term conflict in the statutes, but if you heard what I read, there's different interpretations that could be made. So I'm not going to engage in a dissertation at this point in time, but if the new city council wants to adjourn or wants to convene, it can.
I just got one thing, a couple
If
more
that is the
things to
case,
say.
you could convene and establish a meeting if you deem it necessary to address items that are of urgency.
Alderman Dexter, go ahead.
May 28th, the Blue Island Strong is having another mask, PPE, and food giveaway on the 28th of May. And if you guys are not busy, be great if you guys could show up and help out and volunteer to help people that's in need. And if we could adjourn and go to beggars, I would make a motion for that.
And Alderman Clinker and Alderman Mack and Alderman Stevo, I realize that from time to time, we may not have always seen eye to eye, but I do always want you to always know that I do respect the positions you have taken as alderman for this city, the goodwill that you have tried to pass along during your terms of office. With that being said, I'm 7:32, so I don't think there's a whole lot of other things that we can do. Mayor Vargas, goes without saying that I appreciate all the faith that you placed in me as city attorney and all of the years of service that you've given to the city as the mayor and as an alderman prior to that time. City Clerk Hauser, excuse me. Gosh, I mispronounced your name as well, for all of the time you've put in and all of the guidance you've given other city officials, some of the new elected officials, and for the patience that you've shown with me when I've called and asked for information. I really appreciate what you've done as well. So, and the rest of you are going to be back. And so, and Alderman Hawley, excuse me, I apologize. For your service to the city as well, and hopefully you'll find a place to continue to serve because you are truly a dedicated public servant for the city of Blue Island.
Oh, we're not going to let time go. Nope.
To the rest of you, will be back, so you don't need to be patted on the back yet. But bottom line, I do appreciate all of the work that all of you have done and the trust that you placed in me when you did. So, thank you.
Well, thank you for all of your help, Kerry, and all of your guidance, and as well. And also, good luck. Thank you, Mike Mack and Jim Clinker and Alan Stevo for your work the past few years, and good luck to the new mayor and to the new council.
Right.
And this
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Well, we don't need a motion to adjourn. I guess we can just sign off.
All right.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Beggars pizza.
Try to get over
God
that.
bless. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
pizza.
Good night.
Randy, thank you for everything.
Thank you, Randy.
Beggars
Yes,
pizza.
Randy, thank you.
Thank you, Randy. Thank you.
Thanks. All right. Bye, guys.